Raven, as the smoke and dust clear from your view out from your helmet, you can see there's a very dim light within this metal storage type unit that you just blasted your way into. You can see that light is starting to shine from the other side as if another door has been opened across from you. And you can see a silhouetted visage of another Mandalorian walking in, blaster in hand.
I'm gonna mirror her step by step.
Okay. You guys just start slowly walking in. You can, all of a sudden, you hear some rustles to your right and left. And coming up against some bars, you see a few children seem to run up and just kind of grab the bars and just kind of like stare in amazement. It looks like they may have been huddled in fear in the corner for one moment. It now seems like people are just starting to slowly come out from both sides of you. It's almost like it's lined with cages on either side of you. They look like they have these intricate mechanical locks put upon them that seem to be blinking with a bunch of different lights and buttons present on the front of these contraptions. There are some spaces in between some of them, but you notice varying degrees of species present here. And it looks like there may be almost about 20 individuals crowded into cages along the sides of this elongated metal building. Mm-hmm. I imagine it's kind of like, imagine like the shape of an old like airplane hangar. You know, it's like a half circle kind of shape. And you're kind of walking through it. Looks like it's made out of some kind of durable metal. And you can see that Vera clearly is walking in, and with purpose. She's kind of just like keeps her head straight, even though the same thing is happening on her side. And you guys just almost like start kind of coming and walking up to where you guys kind of meet in the middle. Outside, Dran and Yeska, you stay kind of staring at this headless, lifeless, turtle humanoid corpse that lays at the feet of Tizo, whose double-bladed lightsaber is still humming by his side. What do you all do?
I deactivate my lightsaber and just put it behind my back.
Izel, we have talked about this. We first must question them before you cut off the head.
I think we got all the answers we're gonna get from them. All we needed to know, right?
Yes. Very well. I do not like these slavers much anyway.
I'm not gonna bother to deliver first aid on this one.
There was other slave encampments, right?
Yeah.
Like cages and stuff. I'm gonna just look for some keys or whatever they have to open these cages or cells or whatever they are, and just start going around and opening them all.
Okay.
Don't they have like these kind of like data pads on their forearm or something?
Yeah. They had. They were decked out with a bunch of technology.
Can we remove one of these data pads, or we got to take the arm?
You can make a mechanics check to see if you can figure out how to remove it. I would think that would be.
All this time, it's my first time making a mechanics check.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it like, yeah, this isn't my expertise.
Find a flashlight for him.
With Dran's help, you can have a boost. Because the flashlight holder always gives you a boost, you know. Difficulty is going to be hard. It's going to be three purple dice. Because this is technology that you're not really 100% familiar with.
Right.
It's a little bit different from
You
your
said
average like comlink
mechanics.
or something like that, you know.
All right, well, I got 3 green for mechanics. Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
Bippity boppity. No.
You don't remove it, but you accidentally hit a button in the process, and one of the cages in the insides opens. And that's when Raven and
Please be something good.
that's when Raven and Vera hear a voice.
A rancor.
And oh no, I'm not that cruel. You hear a voice. It's low and raspy, and on purpose. And it says,
No practice needed.
That's right. That's right. So you hear this voice from a cage that just unlocked near you. It said, "It's been a long time since I've seen armor like that." And as you guys slowly turn, kind of leaning to the side of one of these cages that just kind of started to swing open, is an individual who seems to be favoring one of his legs. He looks probably in his mid-50s, perhaps. Short, dark hair that's starting to gray in places. Muscular, built. And surprisingly enough, is still wearing little pieces. Imagine like when you saw like little kid rollerbladers whenever you were younger and they were wearing like the knee pads and stuff like that. Imagine little pieces of Mandalorian armor kind of strapped to his thighs and shins. And I can show you guys a handout of what this individual looks like. I'm going to show to players, show to everyone. And this is who you see out of there. I am going to show that to everybody on Twitch as well, if I can pull the map up for everybody. I just wanted to show
He
off.
looks good for having been a slave and pit fighter.
It's a blurry image, of course, but there is some scars. Like the noticeable one is the one on his eye that kind of comes all the way down. It looks like something scratched him in the past and driven down his face. And he definitely looks like he might be suffering from some kind of lingering injury as he starts to wobble towards the open door. And you do anything, Raven, or?
I think Raven kind of does a quick glance to Vera to see if I'm getting any reaction, but I feel like Raven's immediate instinct is to rush and help him.
Okay, sure. When you take a moment to just look, it's almost as if Vera, with helmet on, is just staring and is motionless.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I go help.
Right. Okay.
Help.
So you rush up and you grab and you kind of start to help him out. And he's definitely favoring one of his legs.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Vera just start slowly lifting the helmet and then tucks it under her arm. And her hair kind of just falls down upon her shoulders, and there's tears coming down her face. And she is, for your passive insight, would tell you she's in a state of shock, disbelief.
Yeah.
She spent all this time believing that this man was either dead, most likely, or never coming back. And she just looks, and it's you. You're okay. And then kind of slowly starts to walk towards you guys, and then hastily runs up and kind of shares an embrace.
I'll step back for that.
Mhm. Outside.
Who else is in
Oh
his,
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Who else is in his unlocked cell? Like, who's behind him?
There was no one else in that cell.
Oh, he was by himself.
It was just kind of dumb luck that Yeska was out there and pressed the button, and
wow.
it just was there.
Cool.
There.
My zone.
I will prep to do something, but you can flash to the outside.
Yeah. Yeska is like, he's down there. Dran, you're watching
I'm getting genuinely misty. I'm sorry. That's so sweet.
Tizo and Dran, you guys are watching Yeska's like fidgeting with this headless individual's arm panel. He's like punching it, twisting knobs.
Trying to give it a chiss rope burn.
Creative.
I'm gonna yell
this is
towards
how we
where
used to
Raven
get-
went. And Raven, when you get a second, come out here and help us with this controller thingy to open the
A little
cells.
busy.
That's what I said. When you get a second.
And Vera's father looks at both of you as you're shouting out, "A little busy in here."
I'm like watching this precious moment and be like, stop.
He kind of looks at both of you and is like, how'd you find me?
Luck. Hearing the right thing at the right time. We don't really have time, though, and I'm going to hand him the Beskar spear. I believe this is yours.
He takes it in his hands, kind of looks down at his leg. Well, I guess I can use it for now. And he starts to use it as kind of like, almost like a big cane. Yeah.
If you're gonna use a cane, use the Beskar spear.
And he looks around and he looks at Vera and looks at you and is like, what are the others?
Do I feel like the hacking device I got from that other lady would work on these?
You probably would.
I could try.
Okay. Give it a shot.
Okay.
Outside, Yeska is like getting more and more frustrated by this stupid technology and is going to take a point of conflict just from like getting frustrated and angry.
You got it. Sure thing. What about Tizo and Dran? You guys want to do anything in particular?
I'm just gonna walk around to all the different containers or wherever these cages or cells or whatever, and just say we'll have you out in a minute.
Okay.
Just
Sure. Yeah, it seems like, they're very hopeful in their expression towards you guys as they see that you're able to open these up and that you don't seemingly mean them any harm at this point in time. Dran, anything else that you would do?
Keeping a lookout for enemy reinforcements or anybody that gets too curious.
Okay. Make a perception check for me since you're actively perceiving.
Okay, good.
I will call this an average roll of 2 purple.
Average. Okay. Perception. The double fail.
That's quality.
Turned the wrong way.
Yeah.
You're actively looking for more monkey lizards in the trees.
I think I heard one.
All right.
You heard one? Not this, but this.
One.
I heard one.
I heard one.
That's
what's the difficulty on the...
I'm going to say for you, because you have this device, difficulty
Yeah.
be two purple average.
Can I get a boost for it? 2. Let's upgrade it.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, you guys got a bunch of light side points, remember.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh!
Whoa.
You are indeed successful as you hook up this computer-like device up to one of these locks and start kind of just working your magic, smashing these buttons and remembering some of the tips that you've learned throughout your adventures so far, and you easily unlock this. What do you want to do with your triumph and your advantages, though?
Unlock multiple?
Sure. You can unlock a whole row.
Yeah, I'll unlock a whole row.
Okay. Yeah. So you release a lot of these slaves seem to be coming out of
Specifically
these.
the kids first.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's
Jessica,
definitely
whatever you're doing is working. I see all the things lighting up on your
I
arm.
did it! Yes! No machine can defeat me.
Yeska, you may remove that point of conflict, as you are confident that you were responsible for half of those openings. Yeah, but the people start to rush out. Some of them even, like, one of them comes up, tries to give you a hug, Raven.
Oh, I don't really have time to go.
You just do a couple quick pats and push them up. That's it.
That's not the time.
There still are others. Vera's father kind of looks at one and is like, we don't have time for this, and just takes that Beskar spear and just drives it right through
All right, shoot,
one of the locks,
shoot,
and it just breaks off of it. And if you're,
We could have done that the whole time. We have lightsabers.
You guys didn't come in and help me.
Tizo, you're seeing that Raven and this guy are just starting to smash these locks to bits.
Oh, okay.
Get the saber out and start cutting them up. Yeah, you see.
I just didn't want to make more noise.
Some of them are like see what you guys are doing and like dive back into the corner really quickly as you're cutting open.
Yeah, before I slash it, step back. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah, I probably shoot once. Tizo comes running with his lightsaber, and I step back. I'm like, that's probably the better idea.
Yeah, Vera begins to help, usher some people out.
Imagining that there's like a circle of like cages out in the grassy area, and I go in the middle of them and then just do a looping, sweeping cut and get all of the locks.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Nice.
Yes, you get like 3 come flying off as more of these cages open up, releasing the individuals to start heading out. They're really not sure what to do, even in their excitement of having this freedom. A lot of them are kind of turning to you guys and just looking and waiting for some kind of direction or instruction on what it is they do. They don't want to just like run out there if there's somebody just waiting on scoop them up. So you can see a lot of that kind of confusion in their faces, even though they're excited to be out.
So,
Where's the ship?
Michael, about how many slaves are there, or ex-slaves? How many ex-slaves do we have in this area that we freed?
I would say you have 20, and then you have Vera's father, so it'd be 21 in total that were here.
Are there any, like, there's like a stockpile of restraints?
There are a couple crates that seem to be locked within the inner, kind of like right as soon as you walk in the door of these places. So you could do some searching, you could look around.
Yeah, I'm gonna Yeska one of those open.
Okay, you can Yeska one of those open. So you don't even make a check.
Normally I'd say Jimmy, but that's a little bit on the nose, isn't it?
That's, yeah. With your lightsaber, you release the lock off of one, and you do indeed find that there are restraints within a lot of these cases. There's also extra of those like net type blaster weapons that they were using to try to restrain you guys outside. Looks like there's about 4 of them.
Yes. Okay, I have an idea. Let me run it past you. Perhaps we have bought all of these slaves, and we are taking them away. And we put on the restraints, maybe, but not fully activated, so they can get out of them if they need to. and we can take our new merchandise away to our ship, and we'll be out of here. No one is any the wiser.
We could definitely try that.
Someone
However,
remind
these camps
Sophie-
are kind of close together with each
They
other.
definitely heard.
And they heard
Someone remind
I'm
Sophie where we parked our ship.
You guys parked it at the spaceport, which is on the other side of
Yeah.
the city.
Shit.
We go around the city? Or is that more lizard monkey territory?
It's possible. It is heavily wooded, and if
Yeah.
you remember in the initial explanation, which was a while ago, so the city is kind of like on a plateau, and it's cliffside around like the top of the city, and the bottom of the city where you guys are at is kind of like a hill that leads down into a jungled space. So basically, if you guys wanted to go around, you could go down this hill into this jungle, walk around the bottom base of the plateau, but then you're gonna have to find a way up the basically cliff. It'd be like a rock climb to get back up.
Oh, we have jetpack people.
You do have jetpack people.
You go get the ship and bring it here.
I was just gonna say either I go grab the ship and bring it down.
We'll hold off whatever comes in the meantime.
Yeah.
Additionally, perhaps we could sneak through the forest and maybe set some explosive charges in order to cover our escape.
That's a good idea. Either way, I think we do need to skirt the side and go up, and then you guys wait for me while I go get the ship. I think
We
that's-
could use the ship to also free the other slaves at the other camp. If you just bring the
And we
ship
hold
right
them
here, I highly doubt that they're going to want to fight a starship.
I'm just worried about like.
So are you suggesting that we free the other two encampments?
I would like to. Like I
Me
said,
as
if we have
well.
a starship just hovering over, I highly doubt they're going to say no to us.
We know if this city has like a starship garrison that they could send
Probably.
to go after us if we take too long here.
Yeah. Either way, you guys figure out if you're gonna. When I come back, regardless of how many slaves, I will pick them all up.
While she's
I
gone,
need
we
to
free
get
the other
back
camps.
here now. Like, the more we wait, the more time we're wasting. You guys figure this out, and I will go get the ship and bring it to you. Rendezvous midpoint, like before the cliffs.
Yes.
Can you get all the slaves there? Like on the side.
Yes, of course we can.
They look-
Perhaps you ought not to go alone. Maybe Cad can go with you?
Sure, a cat can come with me. He's got a boost
Okay.
back now, doesn't he?
I think
Jetpack?
he was given a jetpack. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he can keep up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Be safe.
Yes, I will. Calm either way if something happens or something goes wrong. And me and Cad will start making our way up
Okay, so
around the encampments. I don't want to be spotted by anyone. We will go around if we
okay,
have to.
so the minute you two walk outside, you hear this enormous rumble from overhead, as if a massive space vessel has just entered into the atmosphere and is slowly making its way above the city. You guys hear the rumble inside the vessel as well, as the cages that have been opened start to like rattle as the whole ground seems to vibrate. And when you look up to see what's above you, you see the silhouette outline of an Imperial Star Destroyer slowing down as it looks like it's heading towards just a park above the middle of the city. You can see that yang, 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 some TIE fighters are kind of zinging slowly beside it in support. As it appears the Empire has arrived.
Say over our intercom we have. Maybe we don't have time for that. Probably hurry and go get the ship, and then you just come straight here and we just leave.
Yeah, I just kept on the comm. Cad, we're flying. Stop sneaking, we're flying. And I just start bolting it towards the ship. I don't even
Up
care.
we go.
Flying!
I'm
Flying!
flying.
Already! Here we go! Okay, so you guys are flying. So you guys are flying kind of down and around. Is that what you're...
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you... Let's just go ahead and make your normal jetpack check. I think that's some kind of piloting. I believe it's planetary piloting that you use
It's
for
the
that.
planetary, yeah.
What type of difficulty?
Now, this is a big city. Even with a jetpack, it's going to take a little while.
Yeah, I know.
So while you're doing that, like this dice roll will determine kind of like, you know, how long it takes you and if you have any complications and things of that nature. So
What's the difficulty? 2? 3?
it is a vast jungle down there. So are you
Yeah.
trying to stay a little bit hidden? Are you trying to like jetpack a little bit, then jetpack? Like, are you trying to do like frog hops with your jetpack? Kind of like, or are you just like doing Superman?
Trying to skim the
arms
trees.
in the air,
Yeah.
skimming the trees? Okay.
For the tree line and be above.
Okay. I'll just call it average for you, 2 purple.
Okay.
Oh.
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 That's
That
not good.
doesn't happen often. You do have a bunch of advantages. So basically what this means is
That means she crashes. I don't know.
it's gonna take you a long time. Just because I guess like thinking about this plan and then as you start to go about this, you're like, oh my goodness, this is gonna take me a lot longer than I realized. But what 5 advantages out of this failure would happen? That's the question. How can we make this failure into something beneficial?
Did we leave anyone on the ship?
Maybe you're not noticed.
Yeah, maybe I'm not noticed at all.
Okay. And I'm going to say Cad's just kind of rolling with
are
you.
one with the forest.
I'm not going to have him make a roll. I'm just going to kind of have him like alongside you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Like if you want to use it to stay hidden in the midst of all this.
That could really like if it's taking us a while, it makes the most sense that we wouldn't be seen if it's taking us a while.
Okay. Got it. So they take off. You guys just heard this rumble. What are the rest of you doing?
Maybe we should get inside one of these buildings, just so we're not just standing out in the open.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So I'm gonna go into the building.
Dr. Dren, I understand finally why you hate this empire so much. They're always in the way.
So I'm gonna go back into the building that Vera and Raven went into and found her father.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back into that building.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm going in to take.
I'm gonna yell at the slaves, or ex-slaves, just get back in the cells and act like you're still tied up or still captured, please. And
see-
we will
Good on sensors.
we'll help you out when our ship gets here.
You see like one of them looks at you and like, I don't want to go back in there.
Well, come inside the building then. Just come on. Come in there with us. We don't want anybody out here.
They follow your lead, and some of them are
Okay.
hesitant to do so, but they end up going back in. And
How cramped are we inside this building now with 20 extra people in here?
well, I mean,
Is it gonna look weird that there's nobody in the outside cages?
well, like imagine like it's still the building, but the walls were like lined with the cages. So imagine like it was inside the building.
It's not walled. Okay, I
Yeah,
thought it was
yeah,
a whole walled like building kind of thing. Gotcha.
Yeah. So But yeah, you guys can go back in there and kind of wait it out for a little bit.
Overhead cover, so that's where I'm going.
Are you guys just kind of just waiting there to hear back from Raven or
Where
anything?
are we?
I'm going to meet the parents.
Okay.
So I'll go over to Vera and go. So you did find your father.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Really, and she kind of just still like almost like staring, like turns her head away from you, staring at him like across the way. She's like, all this time I thought he was dead. And she looks back at you and says,
Do you?
"Thank you. If it weren't for you all, I'd still be believing he was."
Well, I'm glad that we were able to help you.
I guess we're not out of this yet.
No, it's about to get extremely fun.
She kind of smiles. I believe you.
Sorry
I
to
almost
break up
believe me too.
this touching thing going on.
We weren't really touching.
No, sentimental, whatever. Thinking about it now, that since there's no walls here, we're meeting Raven where exactly? Should we just head there?
She was headed to the spaceport where you guys parked the...
Well, no, when she picks
Where
up
we're
the...
gonna meet, like,
Because she
Yeah,
we wanted to
was
meet
she
somewhere
gonna
else,
pick us up
right?
here, or are we gonna try to descend the cliff?
Or head to the cliff. What'd you say, Christy?
I said, like, start making your way away from, like, all the other
The
slavers
camps.
and go up, so I can
Okay.
meet you there. But if this thing is arriving,
I mean,
if you guys just want to stay there, like, Raven wouldn't argue with that either.
It'd probably be safer to be honest in the trees
Okay,
than
then,
it would be
yeah,
out here, I think.
Because the situation changed after I left, so if you want to stay
Yeah.
there, stay there.
Yeah, so why don't we try and make it to where Raven was gonna pick us up at instead of here?
Agreed. I think we should leave a parting present of explosives that we can detonate in order to cover our escape.
That sounds good to me. I can start leading the ex-slaves through the jungle. You all take care of that. Sound good?
Yes.
So I'm gonna start leading our new friends through this jungle area to where somewhere close to where Raven mentioned to be picked up at.
Okay.
So.
Before I forget, when you guys reached the end of the encounter, did you guys make your discipline or cool check to relieve strain from the end of the encounter? I always want to try to remind people of that because I think that's one thing that we always forget to do.
It
Yeah, I
does
don't
not
think-
look like we did.
Okay,
No.
so go ahead. You guys can do that now if you need to.
I think we did.
I scrolled up, but the last thing was Tizo's lightsaber attack. So, what was that again?
Vigilance are cool.
Vigilance are cool.
I thought it was discipline.
discipline.
Yeah, discipline are
Discipline are
cool. It's a no difficulty on the check, and whatever successes you guys get, you can take away your strain for that.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. That
Cool.
heals my strain.
Okay. Just want to make sure I gave you guys the opportunity. I didn't want to.
Yeah, that's one rule. That's one rule we always.
We always
forget
forget that rule.
always,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah, we always forget it. So
I've never forgotten any other rule.
there's a lot of rules, a lot to forget. At this point in time, as you're kind of leading this group into the jungle, and right away, Tizo, like there's no pathway, there's no road, there's no trail, and some of these individuals are not very good at this. And you're finding out right away, this could take a long time.
What if I start making like cuts with my lightsaber through the tree line? Like
you can do that.
Try and make a path.
Yep.
So they don't have to do climbing and all.
Yep, yeah.
All that. Okay, cool.
You start hacking the trees.
Yeah, I basically have a lightsaber machete now.
Now, you just have to be careful because you're hacking through some large trees at times because your lightsaber just zings through them like knife through butter, and some of these massive trees just start going.
I just want to make sure that, of course, making sure
Pull it
not
up
going
to
to
the
fall
side.
on any of us or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I'll just start making a path.
Imagine you're going at mostly branches and foliage, not full trees.
Not full. Yeah,
Redwoods,
try not to. I mean, if I have to cut down a full tree, then
it's
sure.
dense. Like
He's not gonna Paul Bunyan himself through this forest.
I mean, if I have to.
For all you Paul Bunyan heads out there.
Paul Bunyan heads. All right. One thing that you guys do start to hear,
or should I say feet,
is, well, probably Tizo, now that he's busy cutting down trees, probably doesn't hear this as much. But there is some kind of buzzing alarm that goes off coming from like the center of the city, and it seems like it's loud and resonating. Like it seemed like the arrival of the Empire has caused the whole city to go on alarm.
Great.
I wish I could make an alarm sound effect, but it probably won't come out. There you go. How do you guys respond?
I imagine as they're kind of leading through the woods, Yeska and Vera are like putting charges in different places.
Okay.
And when we hear the alarm, I kind of gestures like let's go and follow them. You have the remote detonator?
Who are you asking?
Vera.
Okay. Yeah, she kind of looks and kind of gathers her things, and I've got it right here.
All right. Don't set it off just yet. Let's make sure we're away.
Oh, I agree. Pretty far away.
And I guess we'll book it through the jungle to catch up with our trailblazers.
Okay. Dran, anything special on your part, or are you just following along?
Just booking it in the jungle to make sure none of the captives fall behind.
Okay.
Or get lost.
You got it. So you guys start making your way.
Run through the jungle.
About halfway through your trip, Raven, you do hear the alarm despite your constant sound of your jetpack. You can hear it actually. The more that you get towards around the city, like where it starts to become cliffside, you can hear from above this resonating alarm seems to be going out crazy. And you also start to hear what sounds like vessels flying over the city. You're not in kind of like a position where like you're just like trying to get around as quick as you can. You're not really in a position where you can see what's happening. You can see the looming Imperial Star Destroyer just kind of parked itself.
I see the big boy.
You see the big boy, and it's now Scarless is a pretty big city, so the Imperial Star Destroyer would probably take up about half of the city.
Shit. Okay.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen, I believe it was Rogue One.
Rogue
Was
One.
when the Star Destroyer was parked above the
Is there
city
such
kind
a
of deal.
thing- Yeah, is there such a thing as like a cloaking system in Star Wars, or is that just Star Trek?
Probably is.
I think that's Star Trek.
I think they might have something like it, but it's not the same thing. I don't think.
Yeah,
Not
it's
as
not like
much
you
as
go
like that
invisible.
kind of.
You can hide
It's not
yourself
that,
from like
that
sensors
Klingon
and stuff.
invisibility cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of just like fooling their radar.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's like you're trying to hide from their scanners and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but if they can see you out like their windows,
With
they're
no
still gonna be able to
windows.
see. you.
yeah.
Boysenberry.
Yeah.
Raven's now thinking of a way to invent cloaking. We're screwed. Keep going. Make my way.
Wonder Woman's invisible vessel that she has. Yeah. So yeah, you do finally get to the northern side of the city. The alarm continues the whole time. You guys, it's going to take you guys much longer going through the woods, even with Tizo kind of leading the way. It's going to take you a while. Raven heads on in.
So
And-
I've got I've got a thing
Okay.
based off of my mystic class thingamummy called Forager.
Yeah.
I picked it up at the very beginning when we first started playing because we were in the woods and then we never were in the woods again.
Yep.
And
Sounds
so
about right.
Forager
Usually how it works.
Forager says you can remove up to 2 black die from skill checks to find food, water, or shelter, or survival checks. Usually take half the time.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So would I be able to apply that in this instance, or is that just for like finding food?
I will allow it. I will say just because of your skilled expertise and your connection with the Force, helps you to pinpoint areas within the forest that are more easily traversed. And you kind of guide Tizo in the direction of, hey, these vines are easier to cut. Let's go this way. It seems less dense over here. Let's start going this way. And with your help, you're able to kind of guide him in a way that doesn't take quite as long. It's still a long way because you guys are walking like around a city.
Well, they've been in cages. They're probably cramped. They needed time to loosen up their muscles.
That's true. That's true. Tizo, as you're cutting, you start to get this essence, this deep rumble about. It's almost as if like you see in tunnel vision for just a second. In the jungle ahead of you, probably about 30 feet away, you see coming out of this bramble of bushes the masked inquisitor that you had faced not so long ago. Dreadlocks kind of swinging down to either side.
I
He stops.
immediately ignite my other lightsaber and jump towards him.
Okay, you jump towards him?
Yep.
You jump towards him. You guys all see, those of you that are with, you guys all see Tizo just ignite, jump, cracking some branches off of the high parts of the trees. I imagine there's kind of like maybe a barbarian-esque roar involved as it echoes through the trees. And he swipes.
I'll jump between trees too if I have to.
Oh
more
yeah,
acrobatic
like kick
kind of
off of
thing.
one tree, and step
Yeah.
out, and then as he's bringing this
Like Prince of Persia style?
Yeah.
yes. And you do this, and you bring your lightsaber down, almost a natural reaction hawkbat swoop.
Yep.
Bring it down, and you don't feel your lightsaber cut through anything but a massive jungle bush. And it goes, and you can see that the parts that you cut are still illuminating with this orange glow. from the heat of the lightsabers, you bring it down to the ground, and you just hear laughing in your head. And then the voice says, I knew it wouldn't take us long to find you. Stop hiding.
I will, my friends probably hear me say this too, because I don't say it quietly. I'm not hiding. Come and get me, you coward.
It won't be long now. Dran.
Yes, Michael?
You hear a voice in your head as you get a notion of tunnel vision, and this force-like rumble surrounds you. There could be so much more for you. I know what you can do. We're here to lead you into a new light.
You know about me.
I know how afraid you are. And fear is all it needs. Fear is all we need.
Take the safety off my blaster.
Why don't you and your friends just come on out of hiding? All we need to do is have a conversation.
I'm not afraid of a conversation.
It'll be a whole lot easier if you just lead your group to us. But then again, you know, I know how you failed at doing that in the past. Your fear comes from leading them down the wrong path, doesn't it?
You don't know anything about me.
Ah.
Shoot a tree.
Dran shoots a tree out of nowhere.
That's pop. Sorry.
You just hear laughter as you start blasting. And Yeska, same thing. Tunnel vision happens to you. Deep rumble. You hear a voice you have not heard before. Kind of burly and deep. It says, "Well, brother, your skills could be very useful."
Useful to whom?
Well, to the only ones that matter, of course.
To the Chiss.
Well, to some in particular, at least.
Yeah, I never told my friends the real reason why I was out here. It is because back home, when I started learning how to use the Force, it wasn't well received. And I wasn't so much sent, but cast out. And so, if you're going to be cryptic, or if you're going to be outright, I have no use for you.
I know exactly how you feel. I was cast out too. But let me tell you this, brother. You're not going to earn any badges of merit palling around with a bunch of rebels.
I'm not looking to earn any badges. I'm looking to earn a helmet. I did it. I broke him.
You hear a little giggle. We have those too.
No, your helmets are lame.
They come in all different shapes and sizes.
Is there like a hang up button for this?
I don't know. Is there?
Is there like a list that you can take my name off of or something? I'm not a fan.
Oh, you frustrate me, brother.
Oh, you frustrate me, brother. Oh.
Consider this
That's
conversation
the whole thing
closed.
about little brothers. Okay, good, fine. And I take a point of conflict just because I don't like telemarketers.
So
Telepathic marker?
as you guys come out of this, you see that there's a tree to the upper left is on fire from where it was blasted by Dran. Tizo has chopped through a bunch of bushes in the front, and it seems as if Yeska is arguing with some invisible telemarketer.
Self.
What do you guys want to do as you're coming out of this?
I think our slaves, our ex-slave friends are
They're kind of
very good.
Should we be following these guys?
They're a little bit nervous. Sorry, wrong number. Let's keep going.
I will kind of motion towards Yeska and Dran to come, like, huddle up for a second.
Yeah. We're going to have
our friend.
Yeah.
I think our friend from the Hutt's palace is here.
We gotta get him.
I knew he wasn't dead.
I'm
It actually
fine
might
with
be
going
safer
after
for
this.
these people if they weren't near us.
You want us
What
to
do we-
abandon them in the woods?
You could ask
Well,
Vera
I mean,
to.
there's a path back towards the camps that they could probably go back to, but I just
Back
we can
towards
keep
the
going.
slave camps.
I am worried that they will end up dying if they follow us, but I guess that is true. We don't have a choice. Never mind. Let's keep going.
Honestly,
Vera.
I think many of them might prefer death to a life as a slave.
Vera kind of looks at you guys having this conversation by yourself over there in the corner, and she starts walking over, leaving kind of her father kind of in charge to like talk to some of the other individuals around, and she walks up and, so what's going on with all of you?
Nothing.
What was with blasting that tree?
An old friend, not friend, an old acquaintance seems to have found us again. So it might not be safe for you or any of our new friends to be near us.
All right. What would you have me do?
We don't really have a choice. We have to keep going, and hopefully we can board the ship and get out of here. if it comes down to it, Raven's not going to like this idea, but we send you off on our ship and you all come back for us.
You think he's in the
Yes.
woods?
No, I think he's on the ship, but currently looking for us. I think if he asked where we were and where we were hiding, I don't think he'd be asking that if he knew.
So, Vera, if it comes down to it, you leave us and you take these freed peoples and get them to Raven, get them on the ship and get out of here. Raven
Okay.
will understand.
If she doesn't, then she'll just have to get over it, and hopefully you can come back for us.
Yeah. Okay, I have my fingers crossed. Sorry.
So let's keep going. Get to the rendezvous point.
Raven kind of, or no, Vera kind of takes her helmet, puts it back on, and heads back and kind of regathers the group. She doesn't really say anything to anybody else about the conversation, but she just keeps it kind of pushing everybody forward to keep moving with you guys. Raven, you are getting close to your destination when you feel a force rumble. And you recognize the voice. You actually thought that anti-aircraft weapon would put me down for good. I sense you believed it.
For a moment I believed it, but it still felt really good.
I'm sure it did. You know, you have so much to offer. Why do you waste your time with those that you pal around with now? Why don't you look into the future and see what becomes of them? I know you can.
Then I'll tell you the same thing I told Ward. Not interested. Nothing is set in stone. We make our own destiny. My foresight is for myself because I make the actions happen, nobody else. Ward can pound salt, and you can kiss my ass.
Well, perhaps sometime soon you will change your mind. Or perish. Your choice. Because the choice is yours.
Hey, Cat, how stubborn am I?
Really stubborn.
Just checking.
Why was I answering that question? And why did it come
Just
up
making a
just
point.
now? That's
No reason. Let's keep going.
it's just really an odd thing to ask while we're sitting here jetpacking over these trees. Are we there yet?
We'll get there.
And you do arrive at the cliffside that you believe is the northern part of the city. Basically what you have to do is you have to kind of like, you jetpack up the cliff and the spaceport is just, a few blocks in from where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really require anything to kind of jetpack up. What do you, how do you want to approach? What is your ideal method here?
We already paid for a few days, right?
You did.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go right in and board the ship. I'll do perceptions, make sure there's no stormtroopers around swarming the spaceport, but ideally I would just like to have my receipt and go in.
Okay. The minute you get up onto basically the plateau, you do notice there's heavy air traffic. But it looks like small I want to say it's like small speeders that are vehicle class sort of, but they don't just hover off the ground, like they can have some altitude to them.
Gotcha.
Like if you're watching the prequels and they're going through the cities and they have the traffic jams in midair and stuff like that. It's kind of like those kind of things. And it looks like most of them are what look to you as like some kind of police type force or security force for the city. And the other half looks like a mixture between TIE fighters, shuttles, and what look to be like these platforms that are carrying individuals on them that look like they're coming from the Imperial Star Destroyer.
Lovely.
Almost like if you imagine kind of like a pontoon boat, spaceship-esque type thing. It's like a platform that has all these individuals on it.
A wireless elevator.
Like,
That's it, wireless elevator. I love it.
yeah. Is there a lot of like civilian traffic like on the streets?
Surprisingly, no. It seems as if the alarms going off within the city has put everybody kind of on lockdown.
Okay, then I guess I'm gonna have to try and stealth my way to my ship. Because I don't like the elevators. Yeah.
Okay, you can make a stealth check.
Yeah.
She just cronks her way through the city.
What's the difficulty?
I'm gonna say, since basically everything's on high alert, it's gonna be hard. 3 purple.
Okay. I'm gonna upgrade. So that makes me nervous. Here we go. Be nice.
Oh, wow.
God.
So good.
Remember that
What
cooking
a roll.
Remember that cooking device I've been thinking of?
What a roll. Amazing.
Don't
Okay.
need it.
Like a
Yeah.
trash can, just like walk in, stop. walk
That's
in.
it. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I mean, you can describe how you sneak
Dive rolls.
to the spaceport. I mean, and if you want to do something extra special with that triumph, just let me know what it is, and we can make it work.
All right. So, yeah, I think she's very deliberate in timing and like calculating the multiple angles of different ships, TIE fighters, and then the elevators. So she's gonna dash between with like little jet boosts because she's assuming all this air traffic isn't making a lot of noise, so no one's gonna hear her jetpack.
True. Yeah.
So she's going to signal Cat each time we need to boost to the next point, and
Okay.
then with the triumph, I'm going to like pretty much cloak him with my movements, so we get right up to the ship docking bay.
Okay. The ship's docking bay is inside a enclosed spaceport area, so you
Okay.
have to get in like the spaceport first before you can access your vessel.
Okay.
So basically, your stealth enables you to basically do that exact thing up to where you can see the main gates of the spaceport.
Okay.
It looks as if everything is kind of closed off. Like the gates to the doors and stuff are actually closed. The main gates and stuff. There's no visible foot traffic. It's just shut down.
Is there an open ceiling, or is it everything's closed in?
It is open in the top, so you could fly basically over, kind of like a
I feel like
stadium
at
type
this
thing.
point, we need to just rush it.
Okay. Yeah, flying is
There's-
definitely going to probably you won't be able to stealth that probably.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I
Alright.
think we just need to like with the momentum that we have. I don't think shooting the doors out is going to be any quieter than just jumping the fence.
Okay.
It's faster.
Okay, so you both look at it. Cad kind of looks at you. You guys are still just trudging through the forest.
I guess so.
Is that what you?
Grimly.
Yep.
Yeah, Grimly. Got it. You two rocket kind of over top. On your way there, you kind of stop on the. It's kind of, imagine like a stadium, and you have a spot where you can kind of like sit for just a moment as you're getting like looking for your ship and stuff. You do hear there is a conversation happening between two vessels, two of these what looks like elevators. One looks like it's native to Scalis, and the other one looks like it's Imperial because there's obviously stormtroopers, aplenty on it. It's hard to hear the exact words that are exchanged, but it appears that there is some kind of verbal conflict happening between these two. It sounds as if the voice of one who deems himself Prince Molech is upset of the Empire's sudden arrival and demands to have some answers on what is happening. Why are you here? Why are you locking down my city? You have no right to do this. Things of that nature, like blasting back and forth. And you hear a voice basically calling back. And just to sum it up, because you're only hearing pieces of the conversation, you're housing powerful enemies of the Empire. And your city will remain on lockdown until they are found. And then basically just arguing back and forth. You can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And then you hear, oh, what about your activities here, Prince? We've kind of kept out of this side of the galaxy for quite a long time. Perhaps it's time we put more strict guidelines on your activities. And then you hear the prince kind of like, whoa, now, hey. Now don't go that far. And so it seems like there's a little bit of push and pull here, and obviously the Empire has the upper hand. So there's some political conflict here as this is taking place as well. So you guys make your way down to the vessel, and it's strange. Like everything is kind of on lockdown. There's no
put a boot on it.
No, there's no boot on it. It seems as if this Star Destroyer came and the look that most of the vessels are just kind of like going around the city, like nothing landed in the spaceport. And you make your way to the Phoenix.
Yep.
At this point, Yeska, is going to check in with Raven over comms and see if she has made it to the ship yet.
Okay.
I am just sitting in the cockpit right now. Cock seat right now.
Man, it has been a while since you have flown, hasn't it?
Since I've Star Wars, apparently.
What is your situation?
Not good. There's a lot of TIE fighters. We've got elevators of stormtroopers coming down among the city. I'm saying as I'm doing all the startup buttons. They are arguing with the prince, saying that there's major enemies of the Empire here, and one guess who that is.
I give up.
It's us. It's always us.
Oh, that's true. Perhaps would you like maybe I can give a distraction for you and you can take off without being noticed.
Distraction would be lovely.
Vera, please activate the explosive devices.
Are you sure?
I am always sure. Please explode.
All right. She takes it out. You hear like it buzzes out. I can't buzz with my voice, but and then clicks a button, and you guys hear like on the southern side, it sounds like a really small like to you guys, but and to you too. But Raven, you can hear like a distant like in the distance, this explosion happened.
I'll take it, I guess.
And then you see some of those like those elevator type speeders.
Oh,
They start turning in that direction and then go zzz and buzz off
there we go.
that way.
Well done, boys. I'm gonna lift off.
Okay.
Right.
All right, you activate
Come on
engage
and pick us up, please.
the engine
Yeah.
and start to head in that direction.
Engage.
And I'm gonna activate the comm so I can see it on the GPS little like sonar ping. I'm like, I gotta go this way.
Okay. All
Whilst
right.
we're
Yeah.
still walking through the jungle.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna need you guys to find a clearing.
Yeska, if we end up
Yes.
fighting this individual in the jungle, I'm gonna start pointing out some good-sized trees. At the very beginning, if you could we might be able to surprise him and if he has anybody with him. Could you cut down one of these trees for me? And I'll show him like a decent sized tree, like a silhouette 3 or 4 tree.
That's a
game
big tree.
terms.
That's a big
Yes.
tree.
I'm gonna be like, could you cut one of these down for me? And we might be able to surprise.
Oh, it's no problem.
Perfect, thank you.
Do you think he is going to come out here to find us,
I mean, if
or
we make-
would you rather us make a clearing where we
could.
are right here? That way, Raven could come pick us up.
We could. And then there'll be trees down. That's true. Sure, let's start making a clearing then.
All right.
Everybody,
My friends,
stand
please
back a
stand
little bit.
over there to the side. Yes.
About, yeah, 20
Eh.
feet or so.
Everybody starts following you, like making a big circle around.
Duran, are you gonna
Go
help
to
us
work.
or?
Yep, I think I have my Shoto saber with me, so
Yeah.
I'll just-
It's all right.
Yeah.
He's just like going after some twigs, just bloop.
yeah. I'm helping.
Buzz all of these trees.
So
know?
you just
Make
start
a-
like hacking these down. Okay. Raven, as you're flying,
Yeah.
you see out there in the jungle on the western side of the city,
Circle.
you see all these trees just like falling down within this 40-foot radius circle, and you see the glimmer of purple and green and yellow as these flashes of lightsaber are just like happening down below, and just
That's on me.
and
Yeah.
I did ask for a clearing. I
And-
wasn't specific enough. That's on me.
it seems like there isn't a clearing to be found anywhere around in this jungle, but they are making one for you. They're cutting these trees down.
I'm like Kylo Renning it, like
Yeah. Probably envisioning the trees as
Yeah,
like your enemies
so
and cutting
angry.
mhm.
through.
That's actually where all the crop circles came from, and like on Earth.
That's it. Yeah. It's
Just
your
angry Jedi.
it's this angry group had landed and just started making these clearings for landing vessels. and
Aliens are real.
you see the Phoenix approaching. Seems to have locked onto your position. And are you just setting down in the clearing? Okay. You guys move out of the way as the Phoenix lowers itself down, landing gear set,
Open
and
the
touches
hatch.
down. Open the hatch.
Load her up, boys.
Yeah. Everybody kind of
Hey,
motioning
let's go.
everybody
Move
on.
it, move
Yeah.
it.
All right, yeah, you kind of motion everybody up.
Two at a time, two at a time.
You see, Vera's kind of leading.
Please keep all hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times.
Vera's father kind of has his hand around her, and she's leading and helping with his leg as he's using the Beskar staff as a cane and leaning on it and moving his way up. You see his head kind of shoot up towards the sky, and he abruptly points. And you guys can see some TIE fighters that seem to be locked onto your position. It looks like a set of 3 and seem to be making their way down towards your location. As they
All
hurry
right,
up.
let's get in, get up, and get on the guns.
Mhm.
All right, so you guys rush aboard.
How far? Oh no, because this is range. No, this is really far away. So never mind.
I wait for the signal that everybody's on, and then I lift up before the hatches even close.
Okay. Go ahead and make a piloting space check for us as you're kind of abruptly like pulling this up and just moving through the forest. And
I just upgraded, so let's hope that my skill upgrade is valid here.
Cool. This is
2,
gonna
3.
three purple for this one.
Space.
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 Oh, great.
I just upgraded you! How dare you betray me this way?
So you start to lift off, and red lights start like flashing within the cockpit. It seems like was some type of malfunction with the platform that came down, your boarding platform, and it's not fully sealed and closed for some reason.
I
They
yell
did
over
boot
for-
us.
for someone to check it for me.
Okay, who you trying to get to check it?
I will
Anybody.
run down there. Because I was probably going for one of the gunner seats. I'll run down there. And I'm not good with mechanics. I'm just going to force lift. Kind of like use my force to close the door.
Oh! Do you have to roll for that with your force?
I mean, technically, yeah.
Go ahead and roll for it.
What silhouette would you think this would be? This for this door, like a 1 or a 2?
2. We'll go 2.
Okay. All right, so perfect. I needed 2 light side points to do it. I got them. Don't even have to use the dark side.
The red lights immediately turn off in the cockpit
Oh, thank you!
as the
Yeah, just
door
like, you know, like,
comes
it's like-
up and latches with the force energies. Strange thing on your scanners, Raven, is you're scraping some of the trees off the bottom of the Phoenix because you didn't quite get enough altitude to start going forward. It's like you hear some trees scraping underneath.
I'm taking conflict because I
And as you force lift that thing up and closed, there's some leaves and some pieces of tree like jammed in there from where it just like scraped up. It's fully closed, but you can tell you're taking a little bit of the jungle with you.
We'll always carry it with us.
Yeah, that's right. You always carry it with you. The TIE fighters veer off. They don't pursue. 2 of them kind of go, and one goes, and they just turn around.
I think I know. I think he knows where we are now. I don't think he wants to just kill us outright. So, is there still one following? Because there was 3.
No, 2 veered off to the right, 1 veered
2
off to the left.
Veered off. Sorry,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
misunderstood.
Yeah, all 3 of them kind of just turned
Get
around.
on the guns. Get on the guns anyway. I will get all of our new passengers strapped down.
Yeah, I get Cad on one of the guns.
Okay, Cad runs to one of the guns, gets strapped in.
Is it just us in the cockpit?
I would assume so, unless... Well, Vera probably came up in the cockpit.
Vera could probably be with her father if you guys wanted her
Oh, yeah,
to be there.
sure.
So that's fine too.
Yeah,
I
and Yeska's down like in the hold, like making sure everyone is.
okay.
Okay.
So then I'll do it
Strapped
over our
down.
intercom where it's just us 4.
Okay.
After we drop these people off, how about we? It seems like this individual isn't going to leave us alone. So why don't we give him a place to meet us? What about the temple on Spintier?
Might be better to have home field advantage.
Yeah, that might be...
But do we really want to let him know where the temple is?
I mean, if he never leaves, then it doesn't matter.
It's a gamble.
I guess he
It
could
is
tell
a
other
risk.
people. Never mind. We could. I mean, if there's another place, I just thought it would be a fitting place.
Well,
I'm
I'm
hoping
going
for-
to punch in for wherever Vera was staying, that planet. can't remember.
Vlamonth
Was
Port.
it Ryloth?
Or, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Vlamonth.
Blamoth. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
yeah, I think that's
Wherever the Mando encampment was.
Yes, that's where I'm assuming we're going. But if they start following us,
Just
I don't
check
wanna
your
take them
search history.
Yeah.
Just just type it in. Yeah, get that
Oh,
history.
it's pop up, and there it is.
You're
Oh,
looking,
save places. Okay.
you're looking at the scanner, and Raven, all of a sudden, you almost get thrown out of the front of your seat
Oh,
as your forward
Seatbelts and stuff.
trajectory of your ship has halted.
After being
And you guys go like flying forward. Yeska, you're helping somebody out down below, and all of a sudden people just start falling over as your velocity has stopped. And you feel as if your ship is going the opposite direction.
well, I think you might be
Raven and go, no, forward, not reverse.
I think we might be meeting sooner than later, actually.
I'm going to try and punch it. I'm going to try and push out of this. Raven does not want him to have her ship.
Okay, you can make an attempt. It's going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
You are, as Han Solo
Give
says,
me everything
you are
you've got, Scotty.
trapped in a tractor beam.
Oh no!
Can I do like a pulse back at the
Oh,
tractor
no.
beam and like try their tractor beam? Can I like do those technion pulses? Go.
What weapon is that? What weapon do you have?
What weapons do we have on the Phoenix?
You
We have a quad
upgraded
laser and
you
a
have a-
proton torpedo.
proton torpedoes. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would shout out the order to shoot into the tractor beam.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to target a tractor beam, like where it's exactly coming from. I mean, you could fire towards the vessel and hope.
Right.
I mean, that's
Just
How far
aim
away-
for the big green device with the small yellow deer.
I mean, I think we either break out of this thing or we go in there and turn it off.
Yeah.
Suggestions: I'm either going to shoot or push out.
I think
Okay.
we have a better chance of you forcing your way out instead of
All right.
shooting.
Okay, I'll try and punch it then, if that's a consensus.
Okay.
Seatbelt.
Seatbelts!
Yep.
Nice!
Yes, they have
He's all-
seatbelts,
I actually-
seatbelts, everybody. No
I
more.
actually sit down and put a seatbelt on this time.
Oh!
Whoa! Character development.
Now it's on. It's serious.
Reckless? What?
You're going to make a piloting space check for this,
Yeah,
and it is
yeah.
going to be 5 purple as your base difficulty. And I'm going to use one of my dark side points to upgrade the difficulty by 1.
I'm also gonna throw it right back at you.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is gonna get ugly. Please be nice to me, please.
Yikes.
Go nowhere.
Christy.
You feel the Phoenix fighting this pull, this draw, and it's she's pushing the Phoenix to the limit. Like you guys can almost like feel the heat coming from the ion engines behind you guys as this thing is just starting to like, yeah, you can smell that scent of the heat, and it's just not letting loose. It's not. This tractor beam is strong.
Raven, I know you have more experience when flying these bigger ships. It smells like something's on fire, though. I'd recommend not doing it anymore.
I got an advantage. Nothing's on fire.
Oh, no.
It's true.
It must be just smoke or something.
Advantage.
That's what I use my
It's
advantage
just
on.
heating up.
Nothing's on fire. All right. And you know what? Oh no, I can't. We have non-slaves on board. I was just gonna start turning around into the tractor beam and go full force, but
Yeah.
when I have kids on board, no.
We're going and we're taking all of you with us.
You made the wrong choice in trusting us.
No.
I chose violence. No, I don't do
we
that.
still have? Do we still have our speeder on board?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
repaired,
so.
right?
Yeah, you got it repaired.
What are you thinking?
Yes, you have that look in your eye.
Yeah, you have that space dad look.
Do I have a look that
have a
says I
big
got
head,
a
you
plan?
do. Yeah.
I think that perhaps what this Inquisitor wants is just us. And perhaps Vera can get herself and her father and all of these slaves away from here. And we go and see what this Inquisitor wants once and for all. The four of us. Just like always.
Against an entire Imperial Star Destroyer. I like it.
I'm down.
No
We've
shit.
done it before.
With no shit.
We've done it before.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, we're already on board. We just need the ship to get on board last time. Hey, looking this way.
Telling me
You would
want
get a new fancy
to-
ship, Raven.
Are you telling me
Yeah.
we're stealing the Empire's ship? Is that what you're telling me right now? Is that the plan? Is that
I'm
the
saying
plan?
That's the
dibs.
plan.
Dibs.
I call dibs on the Star Destroyer.
You guys
Oh,
ruined
sorry,
the last
Raven, it's
one.
not yours then, I guess.
I could let you have a TIE Fighter.
They suck.
Alright, so who wants to reach out?
Maybe one of the
to-
A-Wings.
Who wants to reach out to our friend and make this bargain then?
Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I am going to attempt to see into the future.
All right.
That's
Uh-oh.
so Raven.
That's
That's
so
so
Raven
Raven.
moment.
I don't remember how to do this.
I think you just have to roll your force die for it.
I roll my force die.
I think so.
Can we be sending like good vibes towards her to help in any way? I don't know how this would work.
I don't think you can help on this. Because this is just kind of her using her
Can't
force
really give
ability.
a boost to a force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This?
While Raven is doing this, I am
Okay.
going to try to do my meditation, my one with the universe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's make that
Go for it.
meditation check.
So I think you
Yeah.
do get a vision. You can spend that to get a vision of.
The immediate future.
Immediate
It
future.
doesn't go to the 20, it doesn't go to the 24-hour mark. Like I'm not expanding the time. It's
Mm.
just like in our immediate future, my immediate future.
So is there anything in particular you're trying to discover with this? Or
What are we looking at? If we get on this,
We live.
if we get on this speeder and head towards this guy, like
Mm.
what's waiting for us when we get on that ship? Like
Okay.
I just want to know what's waiting for us, like
Okay.
fully.
So we get that moment once again where we zoom in very closely to Raven's eye as she focuses on her force energies and reaches out to the future. You see through your eye the vessel being guided into the docking bay area of the Imperial Star Destroyer, which to your surprise within your vision is completely empty and dark. there are what seems to be other TIE fighters that seem to be on your periphery that are just kind of parked. But you don't see, you expecting to see lines and rows of vast army of stormtroopers, which you do not see in your vision. It's just the Phoenix parked there with almost like a spotlight driven down on top of it. And you see you and your companions walking slowly down the landing ramp from the Phoenix. And you stare ahead and you can see there is a ramp that leads up to a doorway that seemed like a little balcony area up above. I apologize, I'm going to turn that music down a little bit. It's getting too intense for me. And then the door opens and a bright light shines and almost beams down onto you and your party like a bright spotlight coming from beyond. And you can see a silhouette of not one, not two, but three individuals. The one in the middle looks familiar. Dreadlocks hang to each side. One standing to the right, extremely large and built. But the silhouette kind of takes off the view of who this person could be. Then to the left, a rather subtle, almost nearly fragile-looking individual, wearing some kind of robes, walks to one side of this individual. A couple groups of stormtroopers kind of out from behind them and kind of line the balcony and just stand there at attention. Then you just hear the voice that you guys are familiar with in the center just say, "Finally, we can have a conversation." And Raven's ejected from her force energy as that zooming in on her eye kind of just dissipates out as this vision subsides.
Christy said she had to step away for a second. She said she'd relay all this information to us.
Sure.
Well,
On the plus
I mean,
side,
I think it's
seem
either
like there's a lot of enemies.
I think we have our only choice here is to see if they'll take us alone and let them leave. If not, I mean, they have us no matter what anyways. So
Yeah.
I think our only choice here is to see if they'll just let them leave. That's
That's all we can do.
Jessica.
It's the right thing to do.
I don't have this force power. I don't even know if it is a force power, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and reach out to the individual as he's been contacting us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attempt to do the same thing.
Okay.
That's sending.
How did we do it whenever you were doing your meditation? Was it discipline checks, Yeska, when we did your meditation?
Oh, I think so.
Was it? Let's call it discipline. We'll do a discipline check.
Okay.
Because you're so close in range, let's do just 2 purple dice.
2. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Sister Skull Kid wants you to caller ID them.
Yes, exactly.
Star 69.
Oh.
What is it that you're reaching out to say? Can you go ahead and just roleplay it out?
Yeah, I will reach out to the individual that is contacted me, and we have people that are not a part of our conflict on our ship. You let them go, we will come aboard.
It's one of those moments where you just connect to this individual. Kind of like, I know a lot of people didn't like the new Star Wars movies, but how like Kylo Ren and them like communicate with each other.
Oh, how they force Skype.
They force Skype, and they almost like seem like they're in the same room, you know?
Uh-huh.
You get that notion. And this individual is standing on the other side of the cockpit. He looks to you, he looks physically there.
Oh, God.
And he looks at you and kind of smile. Well, you can't see his smile because he's wearing a mask, but looks at you and you can tell he's pleased and says, "You have a deal."
Well, send a ship out to collect us then.
We'll just pull you the rest of the way in, and as soon as you guys make your way off of your vessel, those who will fly your vessel will be free to go.
If you're lying, you will regret that. And I cut off the connection.
Just like, that form just kind of vanishes as you hang up.
I get to hang up on him this time.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
but like, I don't think this is Jim thinking. Like, I don't want to put our ship anywhere near him. So I was like, could we just jump in our speeder and
close the
well, our
distance?
speeder isn't.
Put the top down and
yeah, I still don't know if the speeder
wind
will
in our hair.
survive the vacuum of space, but
we're not in space.
huh?
We're in low orbit.
Yeah,
we're not in space.
You're
right.
right.
I forgot about
just
that.
kind of like
I
hovering
forgot we
above.
weren't in space.
Yeah.
I'm already disconnected.
Oh,
but that would have been a smart idea.
This call has ended.
Well, we should call Vera up here then, so she knows what she's going to be doing.
Okay.
yeah. I guess we all gather in the cockpit together with Vera.
Call Vera up. Okay. She comes up and says, "What's going on? What's the play here?"
Well, I don't know if we can trust them, but what's going to happen? We're going to be pulled into the Star Destroyer. Us four are going to get off, and they will let you leave. So I think Raven would very much appreciate if you took care of her ship.
What happens to you?
I don't think you need to worry about us. We're capable individuals.
Duran cracks his
Big
massive lobster hands.
Plus, you have other people on the ship that needs your help more than we do.
Okay.
Oh. Also, please take good care of my 2 crate dragon eggs that are in my chambers. I will be back for them. One looks like it's about to hatch sometime soon. So you might just want to lock that door until I come back.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure if you're able to like imprint on the crate dragon, but they are Tezos.
Yes.
So if it hatches, just throw some meat in there to be fine.
Yeah. I just wouldn't. Don't let it out.
Right. Yes. I won't.
How long are we expected to be gone for, Tizo? Is this it? Is this?
I don't know. I mean, we
I
technically
feel
could
like I'm
die.
coming back for my ship, Vera. Just
Well-
take good care of her.
Vera,
I
if you
will.
think it's possible, perhaps you can send some type of help or cavalry to come check on us. If not, just wait for us to contact you.
I can. It'll just take time. There's no guarantee that you'll still be here when I return.
I got your number. I'll call you.
She kind of smiles at that. I'd like that.
We'll need to take you out for dinner or something. I think that would be a really interesting time.
Is there a charm skill in this game? I believe there is, right? Yes.
Yep.
Yeska, make a charm check for me, please.
If there is.
There is a
Oh
charm. Yeah.
boy.
Hi.
2 purple dice. Because of the dire situation and what's about to happen and your confidence in this moment, I'm going to give you a free boost.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
You stepped into the wrong spaceship.
She looks at you, steps a little closer to you, Yeska, and looks you right in the eye and says, I'd really like that. Now go put an end to this. Gestures kind of towards the Imperial Star Destroyer that you guys are now all of a sudden, like, you guys are under it, so it's kind of like the looming shadow of no return.
I mean, you all might as well just go ahead and kiss.
Could be your last.
Vera just looks over at Tizo
Backhand!
and then says, not with you watching.
I can turn around.
Yes,
I
a
turn around.
gentleman.
Yep.
A gentleman never tells.
You guys hear kind of like a knock at the cockpit door. This happens.
Oh, the worst timing ever.
And the door kind of opens up, and it's Vera's father hobbling in,
Oh.
and kind of gestures, gives a nod to everybody, and then looks at Raven, and then holds out the Beskar spear, hands it to you. I really can't use this now. It needs to be wielded by an incredibly fierce and strong-willed warrior. It is yours. Take it.
I look back at Vera. You sure you don't want this thing? Your father's alive. And you've still got lots of kick left in you.
She looks at you, looks at her father, and says, if my father's still alive, then it's up to him what happens to it, not me.
I will take it with honor. But it's probably not going to get as much use as it did in your day. And I kind of just pat my disruptor pistol.
He's like, he kind of gives you a nod and just, if you need it, it's there for you.
If I come across any more lizard monkeys, should I use it?
And you guys can hear what sounds like massive doors closing. Like just... And eventually feels like the vessel is being set down inside this chamber.
Oh, let's get this over with.
Muscle, stand up. Yeah.
Mm.
I'll offer up, a forearm, grip to Vera's father.
Okay. He returns the gesture.
And then go over to her and give her a very tender headbutt. You know, the Mando kiss.
The Mando kiss. You got it. She
Hmm.
she kind of gestures towards you, the same gesture, kind of headbutting you back. As you guys make your way down towards the landing platform, it's opened up in the vessel.
I pat the side of the Phoenix. I'm just like, be good. I
As
take a
we're
point of conflict as I walk away from the ship.
as we're walking down, so I turn and like look to Dran that I'm walking next to. Headbutt.
All right, yeah, it seems. Yeah, I feel energized. Yeah.
Nice.
It's not exactly what doesn't translate well. Okay.
So good.
I always thought about those too. I don't know.
As you guys get off, Raven, it's kind of like that same vision that you just had. There's just this deep blue kind of light shining down on the Phoenix. It's empty. You can see on the outskirts, this is a hangar bay. Like, there's TIE fighters like docked along the side of this like kind of diagonal walls on either side. It's a massive chamber, huge room. You look up to the top, you can see like pipes and wire harnesses and things like hanging from different pieces of scaffolding and things, metal beams and things that kind of hold this place together. And in front of you, there seems to be this massive kind of rampway that leads up. There's a balcony and this set of these sliding double doors seem to lead into this vast chamber. As you guys walk away from the Phoenix, you guys hear the bottom ships, the actual docking bay's doors opening once again. And you see Vera getting into the cockpit with Cad alongside the co-pilot. And they start like igniting and pushing some of the buttons. And the Phoenix is able to lift off. And it seems as if the tractor beam has been disabled. And they are able to fly down. And as the Phoenix kind of just slowly heads down, Yeska, you make one last look. And you notice your eyes. You can see a lot farther than you used to be able to from your blindness. And you catch eyes with Vera, and basically you both watch each other as she just kind of drifts down, and then finally her eyes kind of disappear out from the bottom of the ship. And then you hear the doors.
I wink before she goes away.
You see a really quick smile as she just kind of disappears.
Stay in comms contact for as long as possible, Vera.
10-4. And you hear that the doors close, and you guys are left in that kind of steel gray bluish chamber with just this light kind of just peering all around you. And then those two massive doors open on the other side of the room, shining this brilliant spotlight down upon you. Your long shadows of you guys standing there kind of cast along the floor of this metallic room. And you see 3 individuals walk out first. Just the silhouettes in this dark chamber. You see what looks to be about 10 stormtroopers, 5 on each side, kind of run out. Start flanking on the top of the balcony, holding weapons at attention, but not pointing them in your direction, just kind of standing out, spreading out, standing there. The figure in the middle silhouette looks familiar. It is indeed the Inquisitor that you met while you were back on Tatooine. And the doors slam shut behind, and lights start to illuminate the chamber. And you start to get a better look at the other individuals that stand to the flank of this person. The first one, I'm going to show you guys a picture of the larger one. I'm going to pull up my little handout here. Show to players, show to everyone.
Jeez.
You see an individual that looks like this.
Ooh.
It looks as if this individual is a chiss with a shaved head. Bright red visor that kind of goes over his eyes and a metallic mask that covers his mouth. Beaming red lights seem to illuminate on the mask. He's wearing pretty hefty shoulder piece armor over his shoulders and decked out in the black and red that's similar to the other individual in the center. Looks like he's wearing these massive metallic gauntlets that seem to also be flickering with red lights. He has what seems to be two rather large pistols to either side on a belt, utility belt that he wears. And you do notice there is a lightsaber hilt hanging to one side. The other individual is very mysterious, but smaller in stature. This individual looks... It's a small picture, but this is the best I could find. Looks like this. The mask almost looks like the Punisher logo. Almost like this metallic skull type mask. Flamboyant decorative elements. This one's a little different. Decked out in black and white rather than black and red. And these robes seem to kind of... There's like I don't know what you call this, Christy, but like a robe that's not... It just starts at the waist, kind of like a skirt, but not quite a skirt. I don't know how to explain it because it's not like a... It's like a split skirt almost. I don't know.
Like
I
a
don't...
skirt?
It could be. It hangs...
Like a Japanese hakama or something?
Maybe
Yeah,
kind of like
hakama
that.
or pants. It could be like a yukata.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's basically just like a covering of the legs. It's like a skirt, but it has like a split. It's a bad reference. Somebody wrapping a towel around their waist and then walking around. you know it's
Okay.
bad reference. That's the only thing I can think about.
Gotcha.
Does anybody have...
No, it reminds me of the kind of skirt thing that some of the clone troopers had.
It's like a wrap.
Yeah, it's kind of like a wrap.
It's
Yeah,
skirt, like
that's
a skirt wrap. Like
Mhm.
what would you wear at the beach, basically.
Mhm. that kind of
Yeah, so
represents it.
She's got like leggings, but she's also got this like
Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of
outer layer.
And you can tell she's wearing some armor. She's got some boots.
Is she a this is Jim asking, is she a Kalish like General Grievous?
No. You can't. I mean,
Oh,
from what you can
'cause
see,
they
it
have
looks
the
like
same mask
it looks
things.
like somebody wearing a kind of mask. But if anybody has a knowledge, any kind of knowledge of that they think would apply to anything about what the attire is of this person, you can.
I have xenology.
Xenology is more like, isn't that more like
Animals,
race
I think.
animals? I think is more what that's for.
I'm not sure.
I would allow a warfare for this, maybe, if anybody has warfare.
Warfare.
I have warfare.
Anything that would like
I have warfare.
anything that would generally be like just like
Warfare or streetwise?
warfare streetwise probably wouldn't apply for this one.
Okay. Okay. Well, I could run a
Yeah.
warfare. See if I.
Sure,
what's the check on that?
It's gonna be 3 purple.
Oh, I probably won't get it, but I'll try. Oh,
Ooh.
all right.
Well,
I guess
Nice. I'm gonna say this shocks you a little bit with the 3 threat,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna say that your first check that you make, your first dice roll, Raven,
Yeah.
is gonna be made with an increased difficulty
Okay.
for your 3 threat. But you remember
Would that include initiative, or is it just like on my
Just
first like
your
next
first
roll?
your first roll, like
Okay,
whatever your
gotcha.
action would be. Do you recognize this from some of the computer systems at the temple when you guys were like repairing things and going through the temple and stuff? This is garb of what appears to be ancient Sith in nature.
I don't know much about Star Wars, but I know that's not good.
Nope. It's
Okay,
basically
yeah,
the people that are behind the Empire.
Mhm.
Yeah,
for the
I
newer
definitely
movies.
think that does make Raven a little nervous. I think Raven steps back a bit.
Mhm.
How far away
Yeah, I
are
was gonna say
these
I walked to
three
about
from us? Because this
I
is a
walked
big
to about
chamber, you
30
said.
It's big,
feet
yeah.
away from them.
Okay, 30 feet would be like at the base of the ramp.
Yeah, I just want to be with 30 feet away from them. That's
Okay.
and I'll stop there.
So 30 feet is what, about medium range?
Short, I think.
Short? Okay.
Yeah.
I was worried that they're going to try to start talking to us, but it's a huge chamber, so we'd be like, "What?
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I'm moving up.
Yeah, the echo.
Hello.
Hey, speak up!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
you guys-
coming to us? We coming to you? What are we doing here?
We come we're coming to you. We'll come to you."
Yeah, we'll come to you.
Yeah, but you guys basically approach the bottom of this ramp. They're standing at the top, stormtroopers flanking to either side, and the individual with the dreadlocks in the center looks at you and says, "It's about time you all came to your senses."
Well, what you've done with the place, it looks very scary. Ooh.
Wait, don't.
What are we here for?
Well, to shift your alliances, of course.
See, I think the reason why we were here is to take possession of our new ship.
Excuse me?
Well,
You see,
you
this
made
is,
us give up.
This is a lot of ship. I don't think you can handle it. My friend Tizo here, he definitely can.
Well, no, it's Raven, I think, is really the one. But we all are commandeering this ship. So if you would like to lower your weapons and head to the prison bay,
Surrender.
that'd be great.
All of them immediately start laughing. And they're kind of like,
That wasn't really a
What?
joke, but
Yeah.
one of them, the large chiss off to the side, kind of like puts his hand on the one's shoulder. and says,
Yaska's also laughing.
I think the green one just threatened you. that's
no, I threatened you also. I threatened everyone, not just him.
Oh, is that true? I don't
Yeah,
take
I'm not afraid of him, so I'm not going to be afraid of his underling.
I don't take threats very well, and he takes his one gauntlet and like smashes it into the other one, and these red sparks go like flying off of them.
They have a lightsaber.
No, alright. No threats. How about we try a conversation first? Try. He would try.
You notice that Tizo's left hand is behind his back, like holding his lightsaber, like not igniting it, but
Yeah, I'm standing behind you, so I see
Yeah.
this.
I don't think we have conversations with people like this, unfortunately.
Well, they keep coming into our heads, and I'm just wondering what exactly is their end game here. Why us?
To make us on their side,
Yeah, but why?
because we're very strong individuals. Why else?
Is that true? You think we're strong?
That's what he said to me.
I believe you're strong, but you could be stronger. You're not fully utilizing your powers. Come. Join us. Learn the path of the dark side. See what it can leash inside of you.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but wow, Tizu, you're right. We can't talk with them.
As soon as she says that, I leap towards them.
Yeah.
Okay. You're leaping.
And as
Okay.
I'm leaping, reach out with my other hand and ignite my lightsaber.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the minute you go to take off, Like that's when we roll initiative.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
All right. So I don't have a map for this. We're just gonna theater of the
fine.
mind this. Because I wasn't really sure where this was gonna happen. So it's gonna happen in a
That
lot
is
of different
totally
places.
understandable.
Yep.
So I'm just going to say that I'm just gonna put you guys here. We're on this planet, of course. So
I'm gonna do something I haven't done before. I'm gonna use my force dice on initiative because I forgot I can do that. Second to last episode, realizing I can do that.
ooh, there you go.
Alright.
What initiative would this be, Michael?
I'm assuming
Everybody knows this is coming, so I think it's gonna be a cold check.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Make sure all mine are set here. Cool check.
We got some pretty high rolls here.
I'm gonna take conflict and make that a 2 instead of a 1.
Okay.
You also have to flip a destiny point if you're spinning a dark side, don't you?
Do I?
Well, I mean, normally on a force power, if you use a dark side, you have to spend a conflict unless you're a dark side user.
Oh, okay, maybe I don't.
I don't know if that's the
I've
thing with
never-
yours.
It says when making a skill check to determine initiative, user may use a 4C power check as part of a light dark pool. May spend force point to gain success on the check.
Yeah, so typically
I
when you're
have
spending
to-
a force point, unless
have
you're
to
a
flip
dark
it?
side, you'd have to flip a destiny point to use the dark side.
Is
And then
it
you
worth
take
it?
conflict equal
Probably
to
not
the.
worth it, huh? Yeah, no, I won't do it then.
Not doing it?
No.
Okay.
I feel like we're gonna need these light side points in battle, not in initiative.
These. No. I'm going
I think our force users like Dran and Tizo can get more out of it. Actually, all of them can get more out of it than I can.
We can flip them back and forth. I'm sure Michael's gonna be happy to use
And that's
some of
true.
the points as well.
Do you think it's
Oh,
worth
yeah.
it for me to up it to a 2 to get a little bit higher in the initiative, or not? Because it's only a 1.
I
So we wait
mean,
till it's like
it'd be up to you, really. If you think it's, I mean, it might be.
yeah. You know what? Let's do it. It's the second last episode.
Hey, use your stuff.
I'll do it.
Use it up. That's right. If you've got it.
2-2, I guess. Right?
Is it 2-2?
Yes. 2-2. Instead of 1-2.
Instead of 1-2, change it to a 2-2?
Yes, please.
You got it. I will try to adjust it here if it'll let me.
Take conflict.
There we go. Does that look about right to everybody then? We got everybody on there?
Looks good to me.
All right. Sending. Let's make sure that does that.
A little
right.
outnumbered here.
Oh, yeah.
This goes here. I'm going to reorder these because for some reason it still makes those.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it takes into effect the second number, and then unfortunately with the initiative tracker.
Yeah, it only does the first number, the successes for some reason. It doesn't do it with the others. Okay. Let me change the music. Because it seems like we're going into a little bit of a combat. Make sure all my volumes are set. Saving the World. Perfect song to start us off. So, a PC goes first. If a PC wants to try to jump in, it looks like Tizo is getting ready to spring out. If somebody wanted to take a quick shot like before, that's possible too. So
Yeah.
Oh, it's this song.
I mean, if no one wants to, yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah, I think honestly this is Tizo's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this
Move.
is so
He's been
Tizo.
like
Yeah,
baited this in like for several sessions by this guy.
he's been dying to hit this
Yeah,
guy.
he's been dying for it. Let him take it.
All right, so as I'm jumping through the air towards, because I am using a hawkback swoop, of course.
Yeah.
As I'm jumping through the air, though, I will mark for death the individual with the dreadlocks.
Okay.
That makes it to where I get a guaranteed 2 automatic advantages on the target, while a force remains committed, which I did commit a force.
Okay.
The advantage cannot be used to recover strain, though. So those 2 free ones can't be used to recover strain. And then I will hawkback swoop.
All right. Before you do so, this is going to be 2 purple, but this is adversary 3, so you're going to upgrade it 3 times.
Well, it's 1 purple because I jump into melee, right?
Well, melee is always 2 purple when you're making an
Is it
attack.
right? It is
Unless
always
you
2
have
purple. I
something
was
that
thinking-
reduces it. Yeah.
No, I was thinking it was something else. All right, so adversary 3 upgrades it by 3.
3
Which
plus there's a dark side point being flipped to upgrade an additional time.
I will also
4
use a dark.
upgrades.
I will also use a light side point
You got it.
to flip 1, and then I get 4 boosts because of quick strikes. They have not acted yet.
True.
Weapon. Here we go.
Oh
my stars.
Look at this.
So get guaranteed 2 advantage on this. And for hawkback swoop, I can spend the force ratings to add advantage also. So I will
Holy-
get 5
it's like a-
advantage total.
Quintuple critical.
I will get the I would get 5 advantage total. So I
Okay.
will crit once with the advantage, and then add plus 40 to that because of the other advantage.
The 4 other advantages.
The triumph I will also just add another plus 10, so plus 50 onto
Okay.
the critical offset. Also, I have lethal blows, which automatically, anytime I inflict a critical injury, adds plus 20. So it's
So
plus 70
Plus 70
to the critical.
to the
Yeah,
crit roll.
to the
Okay.
critical.
Before
Derek. Oh, Derek.
before this happens,
He's
Okay.
always
So-
so broken, and I love it.
he is going to use his parry talent
Yep.
because this is when struck by a melee attack, but before applying soak.
Whoa.
Yep.
The Inquisitor may perform a parry.
Parry.
It's
Stay
an
in
out
your
of
lane,
turn incidental.
Michael.
So he's going to
I parry
suffer
around here.
3 strain and reduce the damage by 6.
Okay, so it's 15. So
Okay.
9 damage.
9
After the
total
parry.
damage after the parry. And then I have to roll this critical injury.
Plus 70.
Plus 70.
Plus 70.
Plus 70. Roll critical. Here we go.
Kill.
Complete absolute death.
What?
That's the one we wanted.
Yep.
Excuse me?
I wanted to do it once in this game, Michael, and I'm so glad I got to do it.
Oh my god.
One-shotted the big bad. Oh, my lord.
Go ahead and describe this moment.
All right, so as I'm jumping through the air, going towards him, he thinks he's going to parry. Like he brings up his lightsaber to like block my strike. I use the force to turn off his lightsaber and just go straight down the middle, right down basically bisecting him straight down the middle of his head.
This center of him is glowing.
Yep, all the way through.
There's this glowing beam like down the center of him, and he just stands there for this few seconds. Both the individuals flanking just kind of like looking. The Chiss warrior standing beside him looks just shocked as you're standing there. You're probably like kneeling down on the ground with your lightsaber almost down on the ground just before him. and peels like a banana, just like in half, and flops down to the ground.
I'll just look up at the other two. It's too late to surrender now. I'm just standing there with my lightsaber taking like a defensive stance. So I'm done.
Wow.
Sorry, Michael.
Wow. 2 and 1 was the initiative for that
Yeska will
one.
call out, Tizo, leave some for the rest of us.
Well, hurry it up then.
So greedy.
We can't talk to them. It's just death.
An NPC gets to go.
Uh-oh.
The massive Chiss that's standing there, now engaged with you because they were basically just all standing beside each other, is going to attack you, Tizo, and unleash. He basically takes his gauntleted hands and he's just going to take a swing like right directly at you as these things are sparkling.
Shuriken!
Yeah, just try to smash at you. What difficulty is this going to be to hit you?
I have defense of, where's it at? 1 for melee and range. And then I'm going to take the dodge incidental.
Okay.
So that upgrades the difficulty by 1.
Okay, upgrade.
And I suffer 1 strain for that. Yeah.
Okay. So I got
And-
2. Yep. Keep
Yeah.
going.
No, I think that's it.
So I got 2 purple for the base. I got 1 black setback for your armor, and I've got an upgrade. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right. He is flipping out, almost going into a fit of rage here. So he's going to use a dark side point to upgrade his attack as he tries to nail you with his iron gauntlets. That for some reason is not correct. Let me change that really quick. So that was supposed to have that feature. I'm sorry, I promise that it had beforehand. I'm not just adding stuff stream to
You're fine.
torment
You're
my
fine.
characters. Here we go.
Complete, absolute death.
I am the Sith Lord. I do what I want.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
That one
Oh, wow.
will hit.
I will taking from Tizo watching Yeska fight. He has started to pick up on some of the things, so he will also parry.
Okay.
So
Parry
I
that.
suffer 2 strain, and I reduce by
okay with it.
6.
Okay, so it would have been a total of
No,
8. It would have been a total of 8
5.
damage.
So is this soakable damage?
Soakable damage.
I don't take any damage then.
So
So,
take
I have a
any
soak
damage.
of 5.
He is going to spend 2 of his advantages
Mm-hmm.
to activate Disorient 3.
Okay.
So even though you don't take damage, you're stunned a little bit by the
Yeah.
impact. So for 3 rounds, you have to add a setback to everything you do.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Okay, so take note of
3
that
rounds.
for 3 rounds, since it's
Gotcha.
Disorient 3. Okay. And the other boosts, or the other one is going to be to pass a boost. To gain advantage, or give somebody else an advantage as he smashes you. He's trying to punch you, get you to roll down the ramp. Also, I'm going to go ahead and do this now. I should have done this like at the beginning. This individual has a quality called Terrifying.
Okay.
At the beginning of the encounter, everyone must make a hard 3 purple fear check. That means you're going to roll either discipline or cool, whichever is your highest, versus 3 purple dice.
You know what? One thing I'm gonna do. if
Discipline
you don't
or
mind,
what,
Michael,
sorry?
Cool. Discipline or cool.
I'm gonna flip a destiny point to use my improved confidence, which gives allies in short range gain 1 additional success on fear checks.
Whoa! Nice!
Keep it together, guys. Follow Tizo's plan there.
Whoa. Tizo
Me-
Oh my god.
has
As if
no fear.
I'm not feared at all. I'm not feared at all.
Raven, because of your success from Duran, it cancels it out. It still fails. And there are special rules for this. I gotta check and see.
I also have confidence, so I think I get to decrease the difficulty by 1 on this. For my own roll.
Nice, Jessica. Good job.
Yeska passes.
Almost lost my cool there.
Oh,
no!
Dren is really terrified.
Dren.
Don't be scared, guys!
Okay, so Raven,
I'm not.
that initial like step back that you took, this whole thing got you shook a little bit, and that guy's just, you've never seen another Chiss like Yeska in all your travels, and this guy looks like he's pretty intimidating, you know, beefed up. He's got all this stuff he's wearing. So you are going to add a setback die to everything you do for the entire encounter.
Wow.
Dran, with 3 failures, it just means you failed, so the same thing happens to you.
Yeah.
This intimidating presence of this individual, you're going to add a setback to everything for the encounter because of the fear that's pressuring you. Okay? You can almost sense the dark side is trying to get a grip on you with all this fear, and it's hard to kind of keep your focus on the good. All right. That does bring us... Actually, this individual, seeing you just like stumbling a little bit, Tizo, actually shifts over and kind of steps in front, like in between you and that white kind of skull masked individual, kind of like being almost like a guard, now seeing that the other individual's been split into 2 pieces. And you guys can hear the clicking of all these blaster rifles being pulled up by all the stormtroopers flanking to either side. PC's turn.
I'm just gonna shoot unless someone wants to do something else.
We can barely hear you, Christy.
Shoot him up,
I'm just
Raven.
gonna shoot. We good with that?
Yep.
Alright.
Light him up.
Light him up! I'll move closer.
Okay. Are you, you're within 1 movement to being, like, engaged with these folks, if you want to.
No, I want to go in short.
Okay. So do you want to stay at the bottom of the ramp, because you're technically still short?
Is that staying in short?
Yeah, you're, like, right on the edge of short range, right there. Mhm.
I'll fly up a bit so I can get a little bit of an angle.
Oh, so you're gonna, like, hover?
Yeah,
Okay,
hover.
sure. So, jetpack flies up.
What's the difficulty on this?
Whatever you fire at short range, I believe it's normally 1 purple for you.
Yeah. And then upgrade.
Who are you firing at?
Which of the 2 do I have a better shot on, line of shot on?
Definitely the bigger guy that just punched Tizo.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot that one.
Okay. He does have 1 defense.
Okay. Is that 1 black or 1 upgrade?
1 black.
Okay.
And he also has adversary 3, so you're gonna upgrade your attack by 3.
Check. Yeah. Wait, he's the one that just went, right?
He is, yes.
I'll shoot at the other one that hasn't gone yet.
Okay.
Gotta get that quick strike.
Yep.
bonus. Yep. I know that.
Yep.
Why I like going first.
I'm assuming also 1's setback and 3 upgrade. Same thing.
Wait, say that for me again. I'm sorry, I'm trying to
Like,
fix
is it
my
the same difficulty as the big guy?
Same difficulty for...
Yeah. So like 1
For-
black, 3 upgrade.
Yeah, same. It'd be the same.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay. I have some things to do. So I'm just gonna add this here for the notes. So it's a vicious 4 plus 5 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I already did that. Yep. So that's 8.
Plus the just one jury rigged plus 1.
Oh no, that's already added to. I already have that added on to the. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's 19 damage. If I'm calculating that correctly.
19 damage? And that was
If it's 8 plus 11, it's 19. Yeah.
that was going to the big guy?
The one that hasn't gone yet.
Oh, the one with the skull
The
mask.
mask.
Oh,
Okay.
one.
yeah.
Okay. Do me a favor. Can you go ahead and roll just 2 black die for me?
Oh, yeah.
Because that person kind of has cover behind the bigger one.
Okay.
So it would add additional setback to your roll.
Sure. So it cancels out
cancels out
2
2 of
Takes
your
2
advantages.
of your advantage. Yeah.
So I still have. So I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna crit once.
Okay, how much is the total damage again for that?
19.
I believe that's 19.
Okay, with a quick flash, a double-bladed lightsaber comes out. Red beams on both sides. It has a hilt that has a bar in the middle and has these circular formations kind of around it. And it just goes boom, and it reflects a little bit of this damage that's coming in. You're going to suffer 3 strain to reduce it by 6.
Okay, well, if they're doing that,
Uh-oh.
I'm going to make it deadly accurate and push in.
These jokers just are like bad copies.
So, I'm going to add an additional 3 points of damage to it.
Okay. So that makes the total.
It was 19 minus 5 or minus 6 was 13 plus 3, 16.
16 total. Got it.
And I'm going to crit for 2 of. Is it 2 advantage to crit?
It's 2 advantage crit, so you crit twice, so that'd be plus 10. And then vicious 4 is plus 40. So
I'm
that's
going to
plus
crit
50.
once. I'm going to crit once with a plus 4 for vicious 4. And then I'm also going to disorient.
Oh, okay. What is it? Just disorient, just without a number beside it?
Yeah, I'm just looking up how many ranks I have.
Yeah, because that will determine how many rounds they're disoriented.
2.
2 rounds. Okay.
And then a crit with a vicious 4. Please.
Crit with a vicious 4. Okay. Critical injuries plus 40. Roll critical.
Oh.
That's nice.
Jeez.
Knocked senseless. You can no longer upgrade dice for checks.
Nice.
Okay.
As this impact from, surprisingly enough, this person's not disintegrated. And some of the attack is kind of reflected off with this lightsaber, but you can see it still impacts this individual. Steps back, starts wobbling, slams into the wall behind, and the mask slips off her face and falls down and hits the floor, goes tung, 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 and rolls and bumps kind of into Tizo. Tizo, disoriented, kind of looks up. Tizo, you recognize this person.
Yep.
This is your old friend Kyra, who wanted you to go to the Dagobah system with her before you originally left the group way back when you guys were on Spintier. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Star Wars
no.
Force and Destiny.